let's go back 4 years to your very first deal. Let's walk through it and tell me, how did you find it?
So I became an investor. I got me some business cards and created a website and took some classes and, watched some videos, and I was an investor. But I never really had got my first deal until maybe a year later, after someone seen a bandit sign in the back of my car and said, "Hey, you buy houses?" And I was like, "Yeah, I actually do."
So the bandit sign, for a bandit sign are those big signs, for everyone that doesn't know, those big yellow or white signs that say, "I pay cash for houses," or "We buy houses, cash, any price, area, condition," correct?
Correct.
And you're telling me in the back of your car. So you stuck this in your back window.
Yep. It was one that didn't make it to the street.
Wow. And that's the one they called on.
Yep.
That's perfect. So you get this call. Did you know how to handle it? What did you say? Were you nervous?
Of course, because it came out of nowhere. I was just like, yeah, I guess I do buy houses, So guy was like, "Hey, I have a house on 111th. Do you want to come and see it?" I said, "Sure." So it took me about 3 or 4 days to muster up enough courage to actually walk in there, and, I had this paper from Rob the House guy that was like a check off list, and I was like, let me go in here and just check it off. Right. So I went there, and the guy actually wanted like $28,000 for this house. Mm-hmm. I did some research, and the highest house was like $8,000 had sold in the area.
No wonder he called you only get 28.
And so I was like, the most I could do here is about $15,000, which was probably the biggest mistake.
Yeah, but still, so you noticed it was $8,000, and you went ahead and took the plunge and said, "I'm going to give you almost double what they're going for in the area, but about half of what you want for it."
Right.
Okay, nice compromise.
No way. So I was like, well, let's just write it up right now, because I didn't want to just leave without a contract. I was like, I'm going to get this contract, and
good advice.
Up right at the fence in the front yard. Had my 2 little kids with me. They were like, "This house is creeping me out."
Shut up, you're not living there.
Right. So I signed the contract.
You signed it at what price?
$15,000.
So he didn't want to do it. He still signed at $15,000. Awesome.
Yep. So, and then I went back home, and I'm like, there's no way no one's going to buy this for $15,000. And if so, I'm not going to get paid, because that's about as much as they'll buy it for.
So first call, you went on the appointment, you came prepared with paperwork, you took all the pictures you needed to take, and you left there with a signature. Yep. So now you are in control of this property.
Yep.
Great. So now let's take the next step. You have this contract, and you don't know what to do with it. You have these pictures. What did you do next?
So I actually went online, and I started trying to find buyers, right? Because I really didn't. I was just like feeling my way through, And I met a buyer who offered $12,000 for the house. Actually, no, he offered $10,000 for the house. So I was like, well, hey, I'm not going to get paid if I give it to you for that much. So then he said, well, I could give you $12,000 for the house. And I was like, all right. So I went back to my guy, the seller, and I said, I could get this closed in about a week if you want to go down to $10,000. And he's like, a week? Let me check with my mom. Came back and said, it's a go. I was like, what? Yes. Works for me. Yeah. So, well, that was that. And then I had to find a title company. So I didn't have a title company. I didn't know what to do next. And fortunately enough, the investor was like, can we use my title company? I was like, sure, absolutely. So got that wrapped up, and then I was like, hey, it's off and running from here.
And so you assigned the contract, but you did have the means to close on this. You could have taken a private money loan,
right,
or done whatever, so you could have closed on this. And that's where wholesaling sometimes in today's world is becoming illegal, if you will. We just had, in one of our episodes, we had a couple attorneys on here discussing that. Mm-hmm. And the big word is intent.
Right.
And, do you intend on closing? And do you have the ability to close?
Right.
So I know you would probably have had the private money lined up
Right.
to get this because I know the area, I know the price home, and I know tons of private lenders that would lend on that if necessary to do it.
Right.
So you found the buyer, you found this, you did your assignment of contract, and it all came through, and you got $2,000.
Yep.
And it's funny that you say $2,000 because my first assignment fee back in, 96, 97 or something, I bought one for $8 and I assigned it for $10. And I made $2,000. And at that time I was working in a factory. I was a tool and die maker. And I was probably after taxes, even with overtime, making like $900 a week or something like that. And to make $2,000 of signed piece of paper, I thought it was all the money in the world. I felt like, wow, this is crazy money. So the $2,000, how did you feel when you got your $2,000? What did that feel like inside to hold that check?
Well, it was amazing because, like you said, it was like so easy. Because in the beginning, I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna have to buy this house, fix it up, put all this money into it, and then try and resell it. So to close it out faster than what I really anticipated it to go without too much risk in it, it was like, this is the easiest thing in the world. Where was I 10 years ago?
Exactly.